everybody, and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. My name is Big Bill. How are y'all doing today? As I'm doing good, as I hope you're all having a wonderful week so far, and I hope you guys are gonna, well, just in case I do not have a video out tomorrow for Friday, hope you all have a wonderful weekend, just in case there is no video for Friday, as it is the end of the week. Today is Thursday. Hope you all are having a wonderful Thursday. Thursday, March 12th, 2026. How are y'all doing? Hope you're all doing good. As good morning and good afternoon and good evening, wherever you guys are watching from, as we got a fun one today. We do. Now, I'm going to be explaining something here to you guys here in a moment on why I did what I did. So, we got up here to Carlisle, and there was oops. Oh man, I just lost my train of thought because I looked back and I saw Pikachu. I was like, Pokemon. No, but anyway, so we got up here to Carlisle last time we were here in the career profile, and last time we were here in Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now, I did not check the freight, or I don't think I checked the freight market when I was in the video last. Or, how do I want to say it? I wasn't in, or I didn't think I clicked on the freight market last time out. Because normally I do just to see, okay, what is available? What do you guys want me to pull? Do you want me to pull this? Do you want me to pull that? I don't think I did that. Well, anyway, so here's what I did. I went and checked out a couple cargo, or I looked at a couple cargoes, and I'm like, really? And there was like 2 decent ones out of it, but the problem is, most of it was on ferry. And like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing the ferry trips. Like, I really don't. But for starters, I wasn't planning on doing a ferry trip. Unless it was really worth my while. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, we're hauling this. So what we actually ended up doing was, and I'll show you guys on the map, is I actually went around, checked out Carlisle, went to all the different places, made everything yellow in Carlisle, and then I fell asleep. Fell asleep and opened up the cargo market, or the cargo market or freight market, whichever one it is, and found this beautiful load. Which I don't have it written down for some stupid reason. Normally I write it down, but we're going down to Felixstowe, Great Britain, or United Kingdom, whichever one you would like to say. We are going down to Felixstowe. We're going from Carlisle to Felixstowe, Amazon to Cookneagle, I believe. No, I'll hit the thing again. For some stupid reason, I didn't click, or for some stupid reason, I didn't write it down or take a photo of it with my phone like I normally would. So it totally slipped my mind, and I don't know why I did, or why it did. So, but anyways, remaining trip time and trip distance, 6 hours and 40 minutes, 321 miles, 13 hours and 7 minutes. The job remains. We had 9 hours of resting, or 9 hours where we have to take our rest break. So not too shabby. It's pretty much straight highway the whole way. That little bit on them roads, I think that's the only little bit of roads that we're going to be hitting. So we're getting paid, I think 15 or 16. I'm not really too sure. This is actually one of Jazzy Cat's low boys. If you guys don't remember me saying I would bring back Jazzy Cat to Euro Truck Simulator 2, and indeed I have. Plus with also some of his AI traffic packs, his painted BDF, his painted trucks, truck traffic, and AI car traffic packs. They are all in here. Just in case you guys don't know who Jazzy Cat is, Jazzy Cat, very good modder, pretty much very good modder. I'm just going to say that. I don't know how many people actually work for Jazzy Cat or help him out. You know, I don't know if it's a whole team or if it's just one person, but if it is just one person, they're doing a stellar job like they always did back when I first started using Chassis Cat. And I do get asked this question. Yes, I do use Chassis Cat for both ETS2 and ATS. I've had problems here and there with the cargo pack, and the only reason why I say that is because when the game updates, sometimes the cargoes don't appear on the trailers like the low boys. So, but it's all good. Normally they fix them, and boom, it gets updated or uploaded, or however you want to say it, in the my website. Oh man, I'm a little bit rusty, and the reason I say I'm a little bit rusty with Eurotruck is because I don't have another profile for Eurotruck. I actually got rid of my other profile because for some stupid reason, and I don't know why this is, but I had pro mods in that profile, and for some stupid reason I forgot to update pro mods, or I forgot to download a new update for pro mods. So there's that. So yeah. Now between me and you, I don't know if this is actually his regular chassis or his regular cargo pack, or his cargo pack, his military cargo pack. There he goes. That's why I wanted to say his military cargo pack, because he has 3 cargo packs. He has the regular cargo pack, and then he has the railway cargo pack, and then he has the military cargo pack. Now, if you guys play on ATS, American Truck Simulator, there's only 2 of them: his regular cargo pack or his military cargo pack. Now, I will say this: there is an overweight cargo pack that is pretty much the regular cargo pack. They don't work well together. They're overweight, and the regular cargo pack, they don't work well together. But they're pretty good. That one's pretty good. It's mainly oversized loads and stuff on flatbeds and step decks. So, alright, we are hauling a PGZ-95 AA, weighing in at 21 tons. We're going from Amazon and Carlisle to Felixstowe, Kuhn and Nigel. 12 hours and 15 minutes is the drive remains. 15,251 euro. Next rest stop is 9 hours and 1 minute. Let's jump on the map real quick. Let's get that out of the way. Actually, let's not jump on the map. Let's jump to this real quick. Here it is. Trip distance and trip time. Trip distance is 353 miles. Trip time is 7 hours and 28 minutes. Cargo mass is 48,501 pounds. The only reason why I jumped off is because I got my little timer up here. You guys can't see it, but my timer is up here. So when I go to here, I can only see the mileage. So we have 262 miles and then 5 hours something. So. And just like on Eurotruck, or just like on ATS, I am trying something new to where I don't sit there at the beginning very long. I am actually just sitting there, showing off the truck just a little bit and the cargo just a little bit, and then get moving. So I want to see how you guys react to it. I think a couple of you have already reacted to me doing that on ATS. You guys have liked that, and you guys want me to keep going. So I guess I'll just keep doing that. So. All right. Now I will admit this, Friday, if there is a video out, it's going to be probably ATS. We have a decent long trip ahead of us on ATS. I just want to tell you guys that right now. It is a decent trip. Y'all going to like it. Come check it out. And yeah. So. show off the truck, show off the trailer a little bit. Decent sized low boy. I know this ain't his biggest low boy. He's got fairly a couple decent low boys in here. A lot of cargo for all of his low boys actually. I wouldn't say a good amount of cargo. I would say there's a decent amount. I just want to go to this camera for a second. Ooh, that's tight. Let's get out of that lane. I don't know why the Renault got over. We're gonna be the meat in the sandwich, as I like to say it. Oh. Tell you what, this engine, this transmission definitely handles the cargo. Scania does a very nice job with their engines and their transmissions. So, excuse me. Got a few things to talk about. Don't really have too many things to talk about. Number one, some of you have asked me, I have a brain fart. Oh, some of you have asked me a couple questions. Some of you have asked me a couple questions about bots. Some of you guys have asked me a question about trucks. You know, keep the questions coming. I do like all your guys' questions, especially ones that you guys want to get to know me a little bit more, or get to know what I like more, or stuff that I try to talk about here. Because, you know, I'm trying not to bring up the same subject over and over again. Now, I will bring up this. How about the NFL? Free agency just opened, I believe, and all the signings. Now, I don't know about you, but that's crazy. All the signings, everything. Like, the contracts, you know, everything else. I just find that crazy. Like, you know, we're not even. Well, I mean, we're a decent way into March, but it's like, okay, slow down. We have had, I don't know how many transactions going on here in the past month or so with the NFL, or the past like couple days or so with the NFL, but it's like crazy. And then, you know, we have this trade here that we're going to talk about. Max Crosby getting traded to the Ravens. But yesterday, he went for his physical with Baltimore. I believe he failed his physical. Baltimore backed out of the trade. Now, here's what happens. Max Crosby goes back to the Raiders. The first round draft picks go back to Baltimore. And since how do I want to word this? So Baltimore lost two of their tight ends and their center to free agency because they were so dealing with the Max Crosby stuff that, you know, since Max Crosby failed his it's a little tight. Sorry, minivan. Because Max Crosby failed his physical and he went back to Las Vegas, Baltimore has signed, and this is today on Wednesday, or yesterday rather, Wednesday, they signed Trey Hendrickson from free agency, who was on the Bengals, who is also in the AFC North with the Ravens. Okay, get out of this lane. I hate being in that lane with these oversized, with these trucks. I do, especially with the steering wheel on this side. Like, I hate it. I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. Oh my. But anyway, so yeah, how do I feel about it? I don't blame Baltimore. I don't. Now, Trey Hendrickson is a very good defensive end. He is a very good defensive end. Now, Max Crosby, he's a very good defensive end. Now, see ya. Now, who would I want? Either or. Either one. Now, I'm not a Baltimore guy. I'm not a Baltimore fan. Now, I'm a Baltimore Orioles fan, but I'm not a Baltimore Ravens fan. I would rather, to be honest with you, the longevity and the non-injury prone, Trey Hendrickson. And the reason I say him is because, you know, he hasn't been, he's a 4-time Pro Bowler, but he hasn't been injured as much as Max Crosby. Max Crosby does have a few injuries here and there, plus Max Crosby's coming off, I believe, knee surgery. So, you know, that's one. Number two, he already knows the AFC North. He knows who he can beat, who he can't beat. That's another thing. And excuse me. And number three, I think he's a little bit taller than Max, which that really doesn't play into factor because they both can just push offensive tackles back into the quarterback. There was another one before I got on here because I was actually thinking of this before I was going to talk to you guys about this. Like, okay, why would I pick this player over that player? You know, and, you know, don't get me wrong. I feel like Max Crosby is a good player. Now, would Max Crosby fit an organization like my organization, the New England Patriots? Absolutely, he would. He loves Mike Vrabel. But the problem is though, I don't know if Robert Kraft's gonna make the push. All right, we need to go get this guy. I don't know. And the only other problem I see with that is Tom Brady is the owner. Well, he's part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know what majority stake he has, but there was a rumor saying that, you know, the Patriots called asking about Max Crosby, and apparently Tom Brady told him not to answer the phone. Now, I don't know how much true that is. I don't know if it is true or not, you know. I mean, it would be pretty cool to see Max Crosby, you know, a wily veteran helping out a bunch of young guys on our defense, you know. Or, I mean, we do have a couple of our defensive guys that we signed last year in free agency still signed for this year, you know. But I don't know yet, you know. And here's the thing with me, you know, a lot of people are like, okay, we just had the combine. Now we're going to go to current colleges with top NFL prospects. Okay, they got, you know, one more session to prove to the NFL scouts, okay, this is how quick I am, or I can catch this ball, I can catch that ball, or I can throw it here, throw it there, you know. Like, you know, there's so many things going on with the NFL right now, and, you know, we're not even at the NFL draft yet. Like, we're just a couple weeks away from the NFL draft, so it's tough. It really is. Now we're getting to the sketchy part. It's not concrete walls, we got guardrails. But it's gonna be weird to see. You know, a lot of people have asked me, hey, who's your first overall pick? I said my prediction, or you want who I think is gonna be? You know, who do you think is gonna be? I said that's easy. It's gonna be Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. I feel like Las Vegas is gonna draft the quarterback. I feel like Las Vegas is going to draft Fernando Mendoza. I really don't care what some of them people from ESPN say. You know, there was a thing that said ESPN, apparently the Raiders are going to draft a running back, or, you know, they're going to draft this or that. No, they're going to draft the quarterback, and they're going to draft Fernando Mendoza, because guess what? Geno Smith just got traded. Kenny Pickett just left. You know, you're going to need a quarterback. Now, me personally, the best one, Fernando Mendoza. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good quarterbacks in this draft. There was a lot of good quarterbacks in last year's draft too, I think. So. And then that question also got answered me because, you know, I'm a big Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan. I go, hey, do you follow Notre Dame players in the NFL? Yes, I actually do. The one I follow the most is probably Harrison Smith. Just because I loved Harrison Smith when he was at Notre Dame. I love all my Notre Dame guys. I do. They all helped us out big time. Like, I remember when I played Madden, I would try to get Harrison Smith or Kyle Rudolph or Golden Tate, Michael Floyd, Justin Tuck. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. Manti Te'o. You know, that whole stuff with Manti Te'o and everything, I always put that aside. You know what? I want him on my team. I want that guy on my team. Or like, what's his name? Kyle Brinza, former kicker at Notre Dame. You know, he was an excellent kicker at Notre Dame. Like, he would make just about anything at Notre Dame. You know, few offensive linemen. Zach Martin comes to my mind. Michael McGillicuddy, you know, he's a very good tackle. You know, he's working on it. You know, he's getting better and better. Especially, I'm happy for Michael McGillicuddy because he's at Denver. You know, he really didn't get the love that he got at San Francisco like I thought he would. You know, they brought in Trent Williams, and, you know, I think Trent Williams, you know, and I also got asked, where do I think is going to get drafted where? So, me personally, I think Jeremiah Love's going to go first. We'll get back to the former players. Excuse me. I think Jeremiah Love's going to get drafted first. Avila Wagner, he's an offensive tackle. I feel like him or Billy Scraff, offensive guard. I feel like one of them two are going to go after Jeremiah Love. I think Jadarian Price is either going to go in the second or third round, I think. At least that's my opinion on it. But I think that's how the list is going to fall. I think it's going to go Jeremiah Love first, and then it's going to be one of the two offensive linemen, Billy Scraff or Abilia Wagner. I can't say its first name. It's going to go like that. And then I would say Jadarian Price, and then probably someone in our defensive side. I think one of the corners, maybe one of the linebackers that's in there. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's tough to predict who's going where in the NFL. It's really hard to predict. And the reason I say it like that is because you can make a draft board, like your own draft board, like of the whole NFL draft of every pick in the NFL draft, and randomly, or if you think this person's going to go there or there, you know. And I know people who have done it. I didn't feel like I got into his lane, but okay. But you can sit there and figure out, okay, who do they need, you know. Like, for the Patriots, we would take another offensive lineman. Now, don't get me wrong, our two left tackle and left guard, they're both rookies. You know, they did a stellar job. It's just that they're Will Campbell, his arms, you know, longer arms or maybe more strength, you know, get more muscle in them bones. You know what I mean? And that takes time, you know. It's going to take time to get better, you know. For me, as a Patriots fan, there's a couple of factors I look at when it comes to drafting players. My personal opinion, defense, definitely get some young defense. That could help us out a little bit. Definitely an extra offensive line or two, offensive linemen, one or two of them. I'll take another running back. I'll take Jeremiah Love or Jadarian Price. I would actually take Jadarian Price because we already have a good running back in Travion Henderson from Ohio State. You know, he proved to be really good, and he was really good. I loved Travion Henderson when he was at Ohio State. I thought he was the best running back. You know, the year they won the championship against Notre Dame, Travion Henderson, in my opinion, was the best running back over the Penn State running back and Jeremiah Love. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good running backs, too. Penn State's running backs are in it. You know, Michael Fields, you know, our wide receiver that we got from Virginia, you know, he's a very big, tall wide receiver. You know, New England could use a nice, big, tall wide receiver. You know, there's a lot of things that people want their team to draft. You know. So then, you know, and I mentioned that, and then also I get mentioned this. How about trades? See, that's the kicker that a lot of people don't want to talk about is, okay, they just traded this person to that person, or they just traded him to there, or that guy's going to there. You know, here's my thing with that. Okay, this is just my personal opinion. Okay, when they get traded, it's not the end of the world. They could come back. I mean, in all seriousness, they really could come back to your team if they wanted to. I need. That worked out perfectly. You know, there's so many factors with that. Like here, I'll give you a prime example. When we traded, you know, Logan Mankins to the Buccaneers and we got Aqib Talib, we really got good. We got a good corner in Aqib Talib. Don't get me wrong, but you know, once we traded Logan Mankins away, I'm like, okay, who's gonna take that spot? You know. All right, we have time here. I'll try to back up here. The reason I like this little boy over a couple other little boys is because these axles don't turn. I don't really care for the turning ones. Like that little setup right there. Like, I understand, I get it. You know, I get it. You know, but I'm not a big fan of. Fuck it. I'm not straight, but I don't care. I don't care. It's fine with me. Alright, let's do this real quick, and then we'll get out of here. Deliver Carlisle to Felixstowe, 354 miles, 6 hours and 9 minutes, 66.9 gallons of fuel consumed. Alright, we are moving up. Continue. Yeah, see, think it's the cargo. I think it's the military cargo back that's not updated yet. I think that could be it. So, wow, we really don't have nothing here. I mean, we have that. We could do that one. Make it a little bit. I don't know if we have that much drive time. I don't know. I have to take a look. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. Actually, I do want to check out something here. You guys have asked for it. So here's our little map exploration. Czech Republic's at 27, 1.2, 12.09, 1.6, 20.2, 7.4, 14.2. So, you know, we're working on it. We're working on it. So, but anyways, guys, that's going to do it. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to roll out of here. I want to keep rambling on. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all enjoyed the trip. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for all the love on here on YouTube. And I'll see you all next time.